You're looking good. There we go.
Backpacking, you know, is a complicated sport. There are lots of little details, and it's a spectacularly beautiful trip.
That was the longest, like 10, 15 minutes of my life.
This is just a crazy last hour. We had to make a detour around the trail because it's from snow, so we just did some high adventure climbing.
I'm looking at trees and air and water and rocks and dirt. And this is beautiful. The longest distance most people travel is the 18 inches between their head and their heart. Sometimes our head gets in the way of us building deep relationships. Our head gets in the way of us making friends that don't look like us. Take the journey from the head to the heart.
Oh my God, we finally there.
Man.
Okay, so this is day one of the Eagle Project, Saturday, August 5th. And as you can see, this is our garage, and it has all the inventory for the backpacking trip that we're gonna need. So just a little background about how we got all the gear. Almost all the gear was supplied by BOT, which stands for Bay Area Wilderness Training, which is a organization that is centered in Oakland that provides the Oakland communities with free outdoor gear. Everything we need for the trip is in this garage, and we're going to be hitting the trail soon.
30 miles? Do you want to do 30?
No, I said you guys are used to doing it.
Got mine, son.
That's my campaign.
So today we're doing a 3-mile hike to Donner Lake. It's just a shakedown hike for the kids on the first day. See how their boots are feeling, get acclimated a little bit, and enjoy the outdoors. Okay, so we're just gonna practice a little digging cat holes. So when you have to go to the bathroom, that's what you do. So basically, what you want to try to do with these is you want to try to dig a hole that's just not too deep, not too big.
It's like a mini toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a rock shaped like Africa. Can't you see?
All right, so we just finished the first day of hiking. So we went all the way to Donner Lake and back. Everyone's feeling pretty good. We don't have any major boot issues, and morale is high. So we're gonna go back now and get some burgers. We're actually gonna work on putting tents up and down when we camp tomorrow night. But this is just we put this up this morning, and I just want you to show you what it looks like. So you guys see? So now you got your rainfly open. You can connect here. We'll show you how to do that. So you got 2 poles that keeps your tent up. All right. Any more questions? Okay. Actually,
I got one.
yeah, I got one.
I hope we get the big one. That man, hey, let me do this with you guys. I've been ready to serve it.
Good job,
Man, this guy is really ticklish. Okay, you're done.
This is day 2 of our trip, and as you can see currently in the garage, we're fitting all the kids with their packs.
Remember the packs you guys had on at Reach?
Too fat.
You're looking good.
Earlier this morning, we were getting all their clothes ready, all their clothes they're going to need for the trip, gloves, etc., and all their toiletries and poop kits. And now we're going to put all those ingredients in the packs and get them ready to go.
Maybe not.
What is Christian?
Yeah, big boy, step it in.
There you go. No, it's supposed to go on the food over All right, so here we are at the Emerald Bay Campground right off Lake Tahoe. And we rolled in here a couple hours ago around 8:30. We came in a little late because we were a little delayed. but we're getting ready to have some spaghetti and some good dinner. And the kids are going to have their first chance to try out freeze-dried food.
I want to see a red moon again. Beans are right. What's up? 30. I don't know, start counting. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so this is day 3 of our trip. We spent the night here in Emerald Bay Campground last night. And actually, we just found out this morning from a couple other hikers that a bear came by our tent, so that was pretty cool. And it's about 10:50 right now in the morning, and we're getting breakfast. We're having oatmeal.
There you see. There you go. There you go.
You crank it all the way.
You guys looking forward to going in the lake later?
Yes.
Yeah, lake's really nice. You guys are gonna get in there, have fun. So we're here at Lester Beach. It's day 3. It's Monday, and we came over to Lester Beach after a quick boat ride from Emerald Bay. So the kids had a great time getting their first boat ride, and we're stopping here having lunch quick, and then we're gonna head back to Truckee and have some fun. Okay, so we're on day 4 of our 7-day trip. It's about noon. We're getting all our final gear preparations in check. We had to reallocate some of the gear and a couple people's packs, but we're trying to get out of here in the next hour to start our 4-day trip.
Open it. Spill in the bucket, you know?
On my rookies game.
We're gonna make 2 bags of maple.
Don't go back here.
All right, so here we are. This is Tuesday, and we're about to start our 4-day trip. We're here at Meeks Bay, and can't wait. Guys, ready to go.
That was the longest, like, 10, 15 minutes of my life.
Wait up.
Next week, Lake Genevieve, and we're gonna stay at Crag Lake. So here we are at Crag Lake. It's about midnight, and we came from the Meeks Bay trailhead and hiked about 5 miles all the way up to Crag Lake, and we gained about 1,000 feet in elevation, which is pretty cool. The kids did really well. I'm really impressed. And we settled in for dinner, had a good time. And tomorrow we're gonna pack up, have a little fun here at the lake, then pack up, and then we're gonna go to Rubicon Lake, stop there, and then see if we wanna go any further depending on how we're doing. All right, so here we are at Crag Lake on day 2 of our 4-day backpacking trip in Desolation Wilderness. And it's about 10:30 in the morning, and we just took down camp. We did it really well, and we're getting oatmeal ready to eat. And the kids are doing really well. I was really pleased yesterday with how well they hiked up that tough hill, and they seem to be having a great time. We're all gelling together. We're all having a great time.
Wait, we walking up there?
We're going up there.
Wait, what?
That's huge.
There's like not many people out. It's pretty quiet.
How do you think this morning went, taking down camp and getting things ready?
How it should go. Everybody woke up relatively fast. We took down all the tents relatively fast, and now all we're waiting for is oatmeal.
And I'm just looking forward to today. It'll be great.
Why you wasn't even looking at
Bet I want to jump in the lake, guys.
You won't. You ain't gonna jump in the lake.
It's all on my phone.
Keep recording.
I'm not doing this though. I'm doing this tomorrow.
Here we are at Rubicon Lake. It's about 8:30 p.m. on our second day of our 4-day trip. And today was a big day. We had a tough hike up the Rubicon Lake from Crag Lake, but all the kids made it. They did really well. And most important thing I can note about today is, especially in the afternoon when we're setting up tents and cooking food, we're really starting to transfer all the responsibility and the leadership over to the kids, which is the point of the trip. The further and further we get into it, the more and more they're going to do for themselves. So, for example, today they set up all their tents by themselves, and they did most of the cooking, if not all of the cooking. So that's going to grow more and more as we go. Keep going. You got the flow going the right way? Yeah. So this is day 3 of our 4-day backpacking trip. We're still at Rubicon Lake. It's the morning, and we're getting ready to pack up camp and go. We're going to be probably leaving in about 10 minutes. And one thing I want to note about this morning that was great was that all the kids put down their tents and cooked all by themselves pretty much. So that's a big improvement, and that's part of the leadership role here. The further and further we get into the trip, the more they do themselves. And so that was a big step this morning. And we're gonna try to go up to Phipps Pass, have lunch, and then make our way downhill to the Velmas.
I'm legally blind. So we about to be like right here, right? We like right.
Here we are at Phipps Pass on the 3rd day of our trip. And this is just a crazy last hour. We're going to make a detour around the trail because of some snow, so we just did some high adventure climbing. And you can see the view behind me is amazing. And we're basically at the top of our climb for the whole trip, and now most of it's going to be downhill. Okay, make sure you secure your water bottles.
My name is Ashanti Branch. I'm from Oakland, California. I'm the founder and executive director of the Ever Forward Club. It gives young men a safe space to kind of take off their mask, kind of talk about the stuff that society doesn't usually give our young men a safe space to talk about. You know, society tells our young men, you gotta be tough and cool and you gotta do all these things. But what happens when you're afraid? What happens when you're sad? What happens when you're dealing with emotional trauma in your family? Our role is giving our young men tools so they don't have to get locked up to figure out that they don't want to be like that they can let go of some of the steam in healthy ways. So that's what Ever Forward is about. So, you know, the first few days of the trip, we had some young men who, my heart bleeds and my heart cries for them. Their behavior saw that they were really like selfish, like they had an opportunity, they didn't take advantage of it. But as I was really reflecting over the last few days, like I believe, and some deep part inside of me, a lot of it is some fear. Like some fear of unknown, some fear of like, I gotta poop in the woods, some fear of like, wait a minute, I'm gonna be not near my phone, near my technology, near my friends, near some other stuff that I'm comfortable around. And so as much as I was sad by their behavior, I kind of started to get it later. The rest of the young men came together, and it's been absolutely incredible since then. So what I've seen from the young men here today, this last few days, as you know, one of the young men who was in the back often, right? And Doug was like, look, it doesn't matter how fast you go. It doesn't matter. We're going to all get there. And I think that he began to believe more in himself around, I got to go at my pace. And I think that we need to help our young men say, you're okay. You're fine just the way you are. And you go at your pace, and your pace is perfect for you. Like when they can just be like, this is beautiful. Like this is, I'm looking at trees and air and water and rocks and dirt. And this is beautiful. And I think when our young men can get more experiences where they're not looking at a device to evaluate themselves, to evaluate what's important to them, I think that can absolutely not only transform their life, but their children's lives and their children's children's lives. And that can change our communities. That can change our world. And we need more of that.
Okay, so here we are at Middle Velma Lake on our 3rd day of our trip, 2nd to last day. And we had a pretty tough hike today, and the kids did really well. We all stayed as one group. And then we had our first big downhill. We descended about 800 feet from Fifth Pass down to Middle Velma Lake. And we're setting up tents now and starting to cook at about 8 o'clock. We came in a little late, but that's okay. So, and we're hoping to finish out our day strong tomorrow.
But you don't get to see the dozens and dozens of stars that are out tonight.
No lie, I forgot there were stars.
Yeah, there's lots of them. And so what we've been doing over this day and today and these last several days is we've been building this circle of connection to each other. Some of us have had some hard times and we've had some rough moments. As we saw that everyone didn't even make it to this moment, because we know that this is not for everybody. It's hard. And you all have stuck with it through the hard. And life is going to be hard. And hopefully this couple of days together helps you recognize that you can do it. The longest distance most people travel is the 18 inches between their head and their heart. Sometimes our head gets in the way of us building deep relationships. Our head gets in the way of us making friends that don't look like us. Take the journey from the head to the heart. And sometimes it's going to be hard to follow the heart.
A rose today was the views and throwing snowballs.
I guess I got to think about more stuff than usual.
Learning how to filter water and cooking.
My roast for the whole trip was that, despite some difficulties in the beginning of getting all the gear together at the house and getting through the hikes, to some tough hikes and tough hills and some frustration from you guys, we're just really proud because you guys really, this is your first time, so I know it's hard, but you guys really did well pushing through it as a group, and we all got through together, so that's my positive for the trip. Here we are at Middle Velma Lake on Friday, our last day of our backpacking trip, and the kids are getting ready to do the last hike of the trip, and everyone's doing really well. They took down their camp all by themselves, they cooked. They're really starting to get these skills down, these outdoor skills that they've learned over the past week, and I'm really proud because I've been able to, our whole leadership crew has been able to take what they've learned, pass it on to kids who may have never gotten the experience if they hadn't come on this trip, and they've been able to learn those skills, and hopefully they'll be able to retain them for at least until next year or for the rest of their lives, so it's great to see.
This is the biggest challenge I think that they've ever put them through, that we've ever put them through as ever forward. So I think seeing them in that mode is very powerful.
This is something everyone should be able to experience. So I did my best to lead them in the way I knew. And use all the skills I learned. And I think that worked pretty well. You need to remember that these hikes always lead to these beautiful lakes, and so it's important to stay positive, and not only just as an individual, but as a leader, so you can set a good example as well.
Yeah. The goal is to get them out into as many experiences between now and the next time we take a trip, because it is beautiful, right? You don't get to see this in the concrete jungle of Oakland, right?
The mountains, the view is so beautiful, it's like life.
I think every single kid on this 4th day that we've taken has the capability to come back next year and help the next group. And also I see there are a couple of kids I see who they're passionate about this. They enjoy this, and they've already talked about trying to come back.
There's something human about going out into the wilderness and out into the mountains and being together in a group with friends. These kids have really gotten to know each other much better, and they've been through something that's not always been easy.
Hey!
Nutella.
Man.
I know.
Nutella on bread. Plain bread, smack.
I was like, oh my God, we finally there. I could finally get something to drink that isn't water.
What was your favorite meal?
Mac and chili.
Yeah, that chili mac.
Lasagna.
Mac and cheese.
I was the lasagna.